had a request. And normally we don't do requests unless somebody asks for them. But we had a request for David's Polka. And it needs a little bit of explanation. You see, I was born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota. Anybody here from Minnesota? No Minnesotans. But I lived right next door to my Aunt Sis and Uncle Herb, and my Uncle Herb Shalowski, was Polish. And Saturday afternoons, I'd go next door and listen to the hi-fi. We'd listen to those great big 33 1/3 RPM vinyl records, and we would listen to polka bands. It was Whoopi John and Frankie Yankovic, the Six Fat Dutchmen. They were big in those days. Of course, Lawrence Welk, all that great polka music. And I just, kind of grew up with a love for it. When I got saved and started writing gospel songs, I was shocked to find there were no gospel polkas. So I figured, that's it. It's left up to me. And I did. I wrote a gospel polka. And it took us about, 10 years or so to get up enough courage to record it and sing it in public because, of course, we're Baptists, But here it is for you this evening, David's Polka. No dancing, no dancing. I read in the Bible just the other day how David danced with joy before the Lord. I could hardly believe it, but what was I to say? It was written right there in the Holy Word. Us Baptists never dance for weddings or for birthdays or even for romance. For joy we might be tempted, though we'd never take the chance. But I wonder if David danced the polka. I wonder if David danced the polka like they do up in Minnesota. I wonder if David danced with glee like they do down in old Milwaukee. David's heart was full of gladness on that night when he danced before the Lord with all his might. But David's joyful expression leaves me with this question: did David dance the polka? Can you help us out? Can you do this? See, now this is good for you. It does circulate the air. It's good exercise. Cuts down on flies, mosquitoes, and gnats. You just have to be careful so that you don't slap your neighbor. Unless, of course, he needs it. Oh, you're doing good. It couldn't be a cha-cha, a rumba, or a samba that David used to dance before the Lord. The waltz doesn't fit it. A two-step, just forget it. A two-store disco just would be absurd. The foxtrot or boogie just couldn't be the dance. Bossa nova or a ragtime would never stand a chance. Not a shuffle or a tango, Macarena or fandango. But I wonder if David danced the polka. I wonder if David danced the polka like they do up in Minnesota. I wonder if David danced with glee like they do down in old Milwaukee. David's heart was full of gladness on that night when he danced before the Lord with all his might. But David's joyful expression leaves me with this question: did David dance the polka? Sing along with us. I wonder if David danced the polka like they do up in Minnesota. I wonder if David danced with glee like they do down in old Milwaukee. David's heart was full of gladness on that night when he danced before the Lord with all his might. But David's joyful expression leaves me with this question: did David dance the polka?
Well, I don't want to assume that everyone knows who I am, but many of you know my family. My mom and dad, Billy and Paula Spear, Spent more than 40 years on the road in full-time gospel music. But all of that changed a few years ago when at the age of 59, my dad was diagnosed with a rare form of dementia known as Lewy body dementia. And things have moved so quickly and so aggressively that at 63 years old, as of last month, he is in a nursing home, doesn't know who we are, where he is. He's lost over 200 pounds. He's unresponsive, no longer communicates with us. In fact, my mom and I brought in hospice over a year ago. And last year when we were here, I was telling you that they had us planning a funeral last year. I'm thankful. But I would ask you to pray for my mom. I'm thrilled to have her here. She flew into Portland last night, and she's here for the Living Waters Labor Day weekend retreat. And I'm glad she's able to be here with you folks tonight. But I would ask you to pray for her and for myself. I am an only child, and it has been a lot of responsibility to try to take care of my family as well as keep a very busy schedule with the darts. But God has been good, and I know it has all been to his people praying that have kept us going and will continue to do so. So please pray for Billy, Paula, and BJ Spear, and the darts, if you would. We need it. But you know, for the past few years, that has been our valley that we have had to walk. But everywhere we go, there are people facing valleys of life, facing trials. Because we sing on a platform every night, that does not exempt us from having to face life like everyone else. But we have a promise, and we have a hope that the world does not have. For he said to his child, I will never leave you nor forsake you. So if you're here tonight and you're in a valley, from someone who's been in one, I want to encourage you to keep on keeping on. Because our great and almighty God is right in the middle of the valley with you. And as dark as it may be, just remember that he's walking before you, he's behind you, he's above you, below you, beside you, he's within you, he's all around you. And he will carry you through your darkest valley. Just remember that the God on the mountain is still God when you're down in the valley.
Life is easy when you're up on the mountain and you've got peace of mind like you've never known. But when things change and you're down in the valley, don't lose faith, for you're